Schein, and this is the IREI View from the Top video series where we exclusively interview CEOs from our sponsoring firms. Today we're with John Klopp, co-CEO and co-CIO of Morgan Stanley. Welcome, John.
Thank you, Jonathan.
So let me ask you something. I mean, you've been in the business for some time. What does it take to create a business that has weathered several downturns?
Well, Morgan Stanley's real estate investing business actually started in the early 1990s in the wake of the thrift crisis, buying distressed assets, non-performing loans from the RTC. So we've been at it for quite a long time. We've been through multiple cycles. My partner, Olivier, and I have been running the business since 2010, and we've definitely incorporated the lessons learned from the last downturn into the way we do our business, the way we underwrite deals, the way we use leverage, in fact, the way we organize the platform itself. But I think, in terms of long-term success through the cycles, it pretty much can be boiled down into two fundamental principles, patience and discipline. It's a competitive marketplace. You need to be quick in terms of identifying and pursuing good opportunities, but you also need to be patient and be willing to wait for a deal to come to you on your terms at your price. And you need to be disciplined. You need to understand the risk that you're undertaking and make sure you're getting paid for taking those risks. So I think if you stick to those two principles in everything you do every day, that's a formula for long-term success.
Well, this last downturn was quite dramatic, and we all learned many lessons. But one of the questions, or part of this, is there's strategic lessons and then there's operational lessons. And how have you weathered that storm, and how have you said, okay, now that we got through this, how have we changed some of our strategy and some of our actual operational side as well?
Well, on the operational side, again, I think it's a question of how you underwrite, how you structure transactions, always being aware of what the downside really is, and hopefully trying to structure around that. Never being overly optimistic and believing that the trees always grow, forever. In terms of leverage, obviously that's been a lesson learned by everybody in the industry, that leverage can be accretive when it's good, and it can cut very hard the other way when the market turns down. So we've incorporated those lessons learned into the way we make investments and deploy capital. I guess I referred to it. We've also changed the way we operate the business. I think we're running a global business that requires that local market presence, but also requires consistency and centralized command and control. So we've changed the way we structure and organize and operate the business to reflect those issues.
So when you are communicating and discussing strategy with your team, what's the number one consideration you want everyone on your team to stay focused on?
Morgan Stanley actually has a very well articulated set of core values that guide everything that we do as a firm. And number one on that list is putting clients first. So that's what I want our team to focus on, every day in everything that we do. And we consistently underline that and reinforce that in the way we do our business. It seems pretty obvious if you're in the investment management business that listening to your clients and always trying to do what's in their best interest is the way for long-term success. But I think if you continually remind people that that's the way we do our business, I think that's really the critical part.
And I guess reminding people both internally and externally.
And externally, I think clients, always require, performance. We need to deliver investment performance, but clients want other things too. They want consistency, they want transparency, they want honesty when things don't go exactly according to plan. And I think that we've tried very, very hard to communicate that on a consistent basis to our clients on the external side.
So looking back, knowing what you know now, what is one thing you may have done differently?
Well, looking back, maybe I guess I'd say that I probably wouldn't have closed our Latin American offices. We had one in Sao Paulo that was closed before I got there. We had one in Mexico City that Olivier and I closed in 2011. And I think in hindsight, we probably should have kept our hand into the region. One of the primary competitive advantages that we have is our global footprint. We have 17 offices in 13 countries, and we've been actively, continuously investing in most of those markets, for decades. And I think that local market presence, and the experience that brings and the network of contacts that brings, essentially brings you better investment opportunities, and then you also know what to do with them once they come in the door. In today's environment, the big sophisticated investors want global diversification. Latin America is an interesting, dynamic marketplace. So I wouldn't be surprised if sometime in the not too distant future, we have a presence in the region again. We'll never be tourist investors, so that will entail really boots on the ground.
So when you're saying looking forward, that could be one of the greatest opportunities you're seeing right now?
Look, I think this is a very exciting time to be at Morgan Stanley real estate investing. We have weathered the storm, as you said, maybe had more than our share of issues in the last downturn, but we've come out stronger. We have a great platform. I genuinely believe we have the strongest team in the industry, and we're at a point right now where the platform is ready to regrow. We don't want to be the biggest. We don't need to be, but we definitely want to be one of the best. So anything that we do, I think you'll see us do with focus and commitment to make sure that what we take on is done well. So whether it's opening a new office or launching a new product, I think that's what you'll see from us, and I'm very proud to be part of it.
And do you see any threats on the horizon? Anything abnormal that you don't?
It's a very volatile world out there. There's no question about it. We've seen that in a variety of different ways in the course of 2014 with geopolitical issues, with currency issues, with growth issues around the world. So I think you have to be very, very careful. But I also think it's an interesting time to be deploying capital into real estate in a world of virtually no yield, which is what we've been living in, across all the asset classes the last couple of years, and at least in some jurisdictions, what we probably expect to see for the foreseeable future. Real estate's an attractive alternative for institutional investors, and being able to find those good opportunities and execute on them is exactly what we're doing.
John Klopp, co-CEO and co-CIO of Morgan Stanley, thank you for joining us in View from the Top.
Thank you.